So guys, today I wanted to actually make a very quick video talking about the loadouts that you can actually expect from the F-18 Hornets. These aircraft will be one of the best multi-role aircraft in the game, and I gotta be honest, it will be one of the best PVR machines in the game as well, and we're gonna talk about it why. So the first thing that I wanted to explain a little bit is that, of course, I did some videos talking about what you should expect from the F-18Cs, A+, E's, and etc., right? But I never dived down too much on the actual loadouts of these aircraft. So I really wanted to show to you guys what these aircraft can take in this short video. The first thing is, of course, air-to-ground. Air-to-ground on these aircraft will be very strong, although they are indeed fighters. They are one of the best multi-role aircraft that we will have in the tech trees that they get added. And why is that? Because they can, of course, take BVR, IR missiles, but also every single type of air-to-ground weapon that the US carries. Literally every single type, depending on the variant of the F-18. So, for example, let's start with the normal, non-guided stuff. Mark 80 series of bombs with high drag, low drag, of course they can take it. They can take, for example, in the normal F-18C, even like, for example, the Mark 82, 83, they can take up to like, 9 bombs, 10 bombs of these type, right? Depending on the, the way that you are using the loadouts. You can take, of course, rockets like the Zunis and Hydras and stuff like that, right? Of course, you can take Rockeye cluster bombs. You can take, anti-running ammunition. You can do literally every single type of ammunition that you want non-guided. And once it comes to the guided part, it is also as good as that. You can take the GBUs, the laser guided ones, so 10, 12, 16, doesn't matter. You can take 7 of these bombs in the Super Hornet, for example. You can take 4 of them in the C model, for example. You can take JDAMs, 4 JDAMs if you want to. You can take TV guided stuff like the Walleye, of course, in the earlier models of the F-18, but later the Mavericks, you can take any type of more modern Maverick as well. So even like HARM missiles, like the missiles that are used for anti-radiation. You can take in the F-18Es, for example, the GM-154, the Joint Standoff Weapon, glide bombs, right? You can take harpoons, anti-ship missiles. You can take this LAM-ER, like that very advanced, like kind of cruise missile, air-launched cruise missile. So literally every single type of weapon that the US uses, these things can carry. So laser, TV, non-guided, GPS guided, every type of weapon in the air-to-ground, this thing will be carrying. And they can carry a lot of them, especially in the Super Hornet. In the normal F-18s, it will be somewhat of a normal loadout, 4, 5 of these weapons, depending on the weapon type, depending on the weight and everything. But on the Super Hornet, you can take, for example, 6 Mavericks and then 2 AIM-120s and then 2 AIM-9s, which is a pretty good loadout for a Maverick loadout. It's not every single aircraft that can take all of those. I mean, yeah, we see F-16s and stuff doing that, but you know what I mean, right? Using 1 in each loadout. I have to check if they ever used like triple loadouts. I think they did with the Hornet, so that could be increased by a lot by those triple pylons, right, of the Maverick, but still you get the idea. You can carry a lot of ground. But then we have to talk about the air-to-air, guys. The air-to-air is where I think is even crazier. This thing will be able to carry on the normal F-18C variant with double pylons on the AIM-120. It can actually take 10 AIM-120s plus 2 AIM-9s in this small aircraft that it's the size of an F-16. You can take 10 AIM-120s and then 2 AIM-9s. So the F-18C is already crazy, but then the E variant is even crazier because you can take 2 extra AIM-9s or AIM-120s. So technically you can have 12 AIM-120s in theory, which is crazy. 12 AIM-120s and then 2 AIM-9s. So 14 missiles in the Super Hornet. Imagine that. It's kind of crazy, guys. So the F-18 is going to be maybe not the best aircraft here or there, comparing to the Eurofighter, comparing to the Rafale, but it's gonna be there, man. It's gonna be up there. In the BVR, in the air-to-ground, it is going to be amazing. In the fly model, of course, I really want to say that it's gonna be amazing. It probably will be, but I cannot say it up until it gets added, you know, because you know how fly models are. They get nerfed, buffed, changed here and there, and sometimes they are more realistic, sometimes they're not, depending on what the community thinks. So it's complicated to say how the fly model, how the dogfight will be. It should be pretty good, or at least on theory, right? But just on the weapon side of things, and if the Super Hornet get the IASA radar, I'm not saying it's gonna be the best aircraft in the game, but like I said before, it's gonna be up there. Just having 12 AIM-120s, it means that it's just, I mean, what aircraft has these amount of missiles? I don't think even the Su-27 can take this amount of missiles. I think it can take only 12, right? With the Su-30SM, we might see an increasing amount of missiles of the Russians, but if that is not the case, like the F-18E specifically will have the most amount of missiles out of any aircraft in the top tier range in the game, probably, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a scary aircraft, and a lot of people come to me to talk about how I'm overestimating how the F-18 is gonna be and stuff, but it might not be, like I said, an Eurofighter or a FAL maybe, because those aircraft were introduced into service and they were produced with a different mindset in the terms of design, right? The F-18, of course, it comes from another era, especially the C models, Legacy Hornets, right? But the Super Hornet got changed so much from the Legacy Hornets that it did become that 4th generation aircraft that the Americans needed for the Navy, right? So although, yes, maybe the Eurofighter will be better here and there, maybe the Rafale will be better here and there, but I gotta be honest, having 12 missiles that are BVR, long range like the AIM-120, plus 2 AIM-9s, you don't even need the performance, so it's gonna just kill a lot of targets. I mean, if you barely know what you're doing, you will get, on the very least, 6 of these missiles, right? So it kills, you know, so it's kind of like, it can destroy whole teams with this. It just needs to climb a little bit, which is something that these aircraft can do. They are pretty good in the terms of climb and everything. There are better aircraft out there, but they're gonna be good. They have a lot of power. They are nimble enough. They're light enough, you know. So the only thing, of course, they don't have a lot of max speed, and of course, they are a little bit heavy, but they are good enough for the fighter, for the engines. It's gonna be very heavy with all these missiles. But yeah, I wonder how it's gonna be. Like, it's gonna be crazy. So let me know in the comments what you think about the F-18 being able to carry all of these missiles, 14 missiles total, especially the Super Hornet, of course, and the air-to-ground and everything. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you think it's gonna be OP? If it's gonna be good, bad? Let me know in the comments. And I see you guys on the next one. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and keep an eye out for the teaser, because we should be having that very soon, today, maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. So yeah, see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye guys, see you.